It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Give them the 411 Canada Dry.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what are you still doing up? Get your ass to bed, because it's time for Dynamite After Dark, where you're gonna get some red flags. And if you're not in bed by the time this intro plays, you're getting a red flag, little kitty.
Oh, yikes. Ay caramba. Uh, okay.
Rawr.
It says it's playing live. I don't know what's going on. Hey,
We
everybody.
didn't get the full turning on the car, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. It's Dynamite After Dark. It's Wednesday. I am, of course, your Chief Shenanigans Officer. I am the Almighty JFB.
And I am your Canadian hero. I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Ken F and Dry, damn it. And little Johnny, you're getting a red flag because I see you're still watching.
Oh, yeah.
Little Johnny.
Sack of crap. This guy over to my left. Introduce yourself, good sir.
It's me. It's me. It's the EVP here on a Wednesday night, ready to talk dynamite with three of the greatest guys that I've ever known. How we doing tonight, gentlemen?
We are the greatest guys you've ever known.
Wait, Brent. Way bueno.
let's get this guy here.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Lord of the Manor. It is the man who is too sweet to be sour. It is your unofficial Miller Lite representative. It is a jet-setting, suit-wearing son of a gun. I'm better than your boyfriend, Lord Ryan Rich, and I am thrilled to be here to discuss the events of Dynamite tonight with these three fine, fine gentlemen.
Lord Ryan Rich, I have one question for you.
Absolutely.
Have you ever cut that promo on your wife?
She's probably tired of that promo.
I'm better than your boyfriend. You're like, whoa, how did you know about him? You're like, what?
Like, whoa, you've been watching? Oh my gosh.
No, I was implying she's cheating on you. Never.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, that's cool too, I guess. I mean, I do have Rich's rape kits, so
Yeah.
it's not like I can really say much.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know, no thunderstorms this week, so I shouldn't be booted out of here like a half hour before we're done talking for the night.
Yeah. It's all right. Before we get started,
We've had a couple problems on the last show. You, and then the JFB. What's going on?
no idea.
I have my theories, but I don't want to disparage anybody, so I'll keep them to myself.
All right.
But right now, I want to talk about the Lord of Darkness himself. This guy. It broke our hearts. I didn't even know he was even sick.
Yeah.
This is for you, Prince of Darkness.
Now we didn't have time to get since we switched platforms. We didn't have time to do the 10 bell salute, but we're just going to talk a little bit about it. James, tell us about your experience.
I mean, it was my first metal concert. I fell in love with Anthrax, who opened for them at the Garden. They were there for 2 nights. I was there both nights. Ozzy Osbourne is a very unique guy. The man snorted ants like a line of coke and bit the head off of a bird. He was not all there, but This man is responsible for some of the most greatest metal in the 80s and 90s, all the way until the last concert, and was responsible for pioneering heavy metal with Black Sabbath.
Didn't he have a wrestling? Wasn't he involved in the wrestling a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a WWE Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Did they actually put him in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple
He's
years
been in
ago,
for
he
years.
was-
Which year? What year did they?
Even I know that Canada Dry, and I don't even watch the product.
Listen, they put a lot of people in that Hall of Fame.
I get it. Yeah, I think he had stuff like in the early 2000s, like with the Attitude Era. I'm pretty sure that's when.
Yeah,
it was
I remember.
going around.
Yeah, I remember. There's something with
Because it was Highway to Hell,
Yeah.
and they
he
used.
was inducted in 2021.
I mean, that was AC/DC, but
Oh,
like,
it's not too long ago then.
I want to say, like, obviously, like, the most iconic thing I know Ozzy about is biting the head off of a bat.
yeah,
I heard a story about this. Apparently, he thought it was just like a fake stuffed animal when he went to do this. And, like, so he just ripped the head off and then had to get rushed to the hospital to get checked for rabies.
Yeah, talk about living the gimmick.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like that's our saying. One of the sayings of at AFW, living the gimmick.
Yeah.
That's living the gimmick. Lord Rivers, tell us about Ozzy Osbourne.
okay, so there's a couple of distinct things that I want to talk about when it comes to the Oz man himself. I don't want to. I guess three things. I don't want to downgrade how big of a concert series that Ozfest was here in the United States.
Yeah.
It featured so many bands, the metal, the new generation, like your Slipknots and everything else from back in the early 2000s. Coal Chamber, like the who's who of the metal people back then. So Ozfest alone changed the landscape of concert going venues and everything else. It led to all kinds of different things. I mean, even you had Ozfest and you had like Korn did their tour, the Follow the Leader tour, where they had like Ice Cube and they had Limp Bizkit and everything else that went with them. So like Ozfest pioneered a lot of things. Number two, the first cell phone that I ever had, the first ringtone I ever had was Crazy Train.
I love that
Because
song.
that is one of the most badass songs of all time. And if you don't agree, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. The last thing is, I will always cherish the moment where Ozzy graced us with his presence in the movie Little Nicky to bite the head off of Little Nicky's brother's bat head.
yeah.
Thank you, Prince of Darkness. I love you. Rest in power, brother.
Now Ozzy Osbourne.
Halo's up.
Halo's up for Ozzy Osbourne. Like, I think it was so cool that I guess in the last like 10 to 15 years of his life, he got to show his real personality on the show, like the Osbournes and some of the other spin-offs from that.
And that was like one of the first really popular like reality TVs based on a family that took off. So in that
yeah.
regard, it changed like TV landscape as well. Because God, that's
Um,
20 years ago, if not more.
So Sharon Osbourne had cancer,
Yeah.
and she was going to stop her treatments. And she was stubborn, she was fed up. And Ozzy got Robin Williams to come along and just acting. This is way before he died, obviously. Got Robin Williams came along and jumped in bed with her. It was just acting like the big old goof that he was. Just
Patch Adams, baby.
yeah, and she was laughing hilariously, and she started her treatment again right after that. So I just think that's like, if he's not Ozzy Osbourne, is Robin Williams coming?
That's true. It's very true. I mean, his influence reach far and wide. I think that we can see that he has had a global impact, and I know I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah, he's got a personal impact with me. Probably about 2 hours after just passed, I finally walked to my car and turned it on, drove, and the first song that came on was Black Sabbath's "Changes," which is a heart wrenching song. I didn't even make it home. I pulled off to the side of the road and just cried. And
JFB, and just to go on top of that, how about Zach Wilde playing that acoustic and him singing "Mama, I'm Coming Home" at the
Yeah.
last? Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it.
yeah,
It was absolutely beautiful. Like, I first learned about Zach Wilde because of Black Sabbath, and that got me into Black Label Society.
yeah.
And like, I'm a huge Zach Wilde fan too. So, like, man, Ozzy, dude, you are just the best, and you will be
I mean-
missed, and you are loved.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
also, the Black Label Society, which also kind of influenced our Red Flag Society
Yeah.
T-shirt.
I mean, yeah. When Ozzy was solo, he had the two greatest guitar players of the top five. You had Randy Rhoads, who unfortunately passed away in a plane crash, and then you have Zach Wilde, who eventually left and went and did his own thing and is doing amazing work. So
The guy's a beast.
yeah. Well, we love you, Ozzy. So I'm gonna say you've got me through a lot of hard times. So hello's up, my friend.
Halo's up for Ozzy Osbourne.
Yep. So let's talk about Chicago, Illinois.
Woo, in my backyard, baby.
I don't know if there's an avalanche of snow and that's why they can't leave Chicago.
No, they sold this as part of a summer series.
Yeah.
I get the insider stuff, and since I am in the state of Illinois as well, but
Yeah.
they just Tony Khan loves Chicago so much he sees it as a second home outside of like Champaign,
Yeah.
or Jacksonville, and he just has so much respect for the city of Chicago, and plus like the ballroom is beautiful,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
absolutely beautiful. Like
I'm not
it gives me old
complaining. I love it.
ECW vibes so good, so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you see that video that Tony Khan posted from his Chicago home with all the fancy art in that?
No, I haven't.
The Tony
No, I
Khan
have not
mansion?
seen it. Nope.
Yeah, he posted that.
Surprise, surprise. I deal with so much social media throughout a day that I don't even hardly ever get on anymore. Like
But you know what? Tony Khan's copying us. We started posting, we got a live Dynamite After Dark. And like, who's starting to do it as well?
Yeah.
Tony Khan.
Tony
He's
Khan.
copying us.
No, he's just listening to what the fans want. But Tony Khan, what they want is for you to hire us to do it.
Yeah.
That's what the fans want.
Yeah, you
What I
make
want
this
is for-
official show of.
I mean, we could have a merger of AEW and AFW Network if we can get the right terms, baby.
I'm just saying. I just would like for Tony Khan to announce more than like 2 matches for Dynamite in a week. That would be great.
Yes, because we run a prediction league for fun for our community. And
Yeah.
it would be nice to know.
It was bare bones this week when you have to include the question: will Tony Storm wrestle with or without shoes?
Look,
That reminded me of the
Look.
early days of AFW League when we're
Shout
like,
out-
what color is Tony Storm's outfit?
yeah, I remember. Yeah, Dallas would ask, what color trunks is so and so wearing on Dynamite After Dark this week?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
But I will say,
Anyways,
shout
yeah.
out to Trey J for getting the prediction form together. Like he did it last minute last night, and I put it out this morning. But yeah,
Yeah.
Much
Speaking of
appreciated,
Dallas,
as usual.
shout out to Dallas for helping me make that hot dog video because he loves wieners.
Speaking of videos, JFB. I know he's busy. I'm looking forward to the second half of that top 20 of that garbage
It's
AI.
gonna be posted tomorrow night.
Okay, so far the only problem I have with that AI video of the first top 20, Brian Danielson is really high up,
I mean,
Like,
look,
I think you should be near the bottom of the top 10, of the top 20, at least like maybe 11 or something, because there's a lot of great wrestlers out there. But Triple H should not be in the top 20. Just my opinion.
I'm just gonna say this. When I initially read the article, it's very suspicious because they don't tell you what agent they're using. They don't tell you the prompts and whether they further prompt it to refine it. Because I did it on a whim, and ChatGPT told me, hey, this is not really including like the style of wrestler, length of time, number. It's just giving me.
So is that the one you use, Chat GPT?
Well, I used it, but the one I'm using on the videos is from Give Me Sports.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did
So,
one just for shits and giggles.
Are you trying to get that out tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
So we'll see the second half. What I like about it is it's not really our opinion, so we don't spoil anything for any future shows.
Yeah.
We
no,
can do
just-
the women next,
We could
right?
just rip how dumb artificial intelligence is.
Yes. Yeah, and I look forward to hearing who the top 20 women are.
I mean,
Ooh.
I won't lie. I use AI. I use AI a lot, and it's got its pluses and it's got its minuses. I don't know if you ever heard of vibe coding, but what
Heard of
vibe
it.
coding is, yeah, you basically tell AI what kind of app you want to make, and it writes the code for you, and then you can go in and refine it as much as you want. So I vibe coded a program that I use. What it does is it takes footage that I dump into it, not even edited, just raw footage, and tell it, give me an assembly cut or a rough cut. And about 30 minutes later, it gives me a rough cut that's actually a little bit better than what I would do in a rough cut.
So it
That's
creates
a
an
little
app
more-
for you.
Yeah. I
It
use it
can.
for VFX. I use it for everything.
Is it capable of making a video game yet?
Yes. There's
Like, not a good video game, though.
No. We're talking pretty high-end video game. There's a guy in Europe somewhere that has been programming with vibe coding a game.
But you don't have this program.
Oh yeah, anybody can get this program.
Because I
just-
have an amazing idea for a video game, but we're gonna have to talk because this
Yeah.
idea is
Is it AFW
like
wrestling?
no.
The game? Because that'd be dope. I want to see myself as a wrestler.
That's cool, but not as cool as this idea.
See, Matt knows what I'm
AFW,
talking
the video
about.
game, is
Pull
cool
up-
for us.
Hey, pull up that last comment by Matt, please. The money
All of
prints
it- okay,
itself.
it's just-
The
it's
money
just-
prints itself.
Okay, Lord Ryan Rich. We all like the idea of it because we're in the game,
Well, yeah.
but this idea I have, we're talking millions of people are gonna love this game.
Well,
I have
that's
it.
what creative players for. You can make yourself too.
Yeah.
No, you wait until you hear this idea.
I'm sure it's amazing.
All right. Anyways, let's start off with Renee. She's with Hangman, and then in comes MJF, boasting about how he should give him a shot. By the way, he calls him Seabiscuit, which I thought was freaking hilarious.
So funny.
So, I was not really super impressed with the exchange between MJF and Hangman Page. Because the inevitability is that they are going to meet at some point. Nobody knows when, but it's going to happen. And if you're going to start that storyline right now, then you kind of need to give MJF a nutsack. Because I thought it was not a good promo from MJF. I thought he felt weak and meekish, and I didn't like it.
I think
Hey,
that was on
guy.
purpose.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
think
give that a
it-
hands down though, Jippy?
Yes. Heyman's promo was. I'll go purgatory. Heyman cut a great promo, and MJF kind of started, and then just kind of was like, and it coasted through the rest of the promo, which is not like MJF. If you're going to build that storyline, you got to make MJF the world's biggest prick.
So refresh my memories. Before he came out, he talked to MJF before he had his first match.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just
All right,
a
so-
MJF promo.
I
So we're
will
just doing
say,
the-
I
Go ahead.
think with MJF, given how the rest of the show goes,
Oh, I
I think it
agree.
was intentional
Yeah,
because I
This-
think
this-
they're not starting this up. There's still a lot of stories that MJF has to go through before he gets to the world title.
I agree, and you're right. And this is my initial response. It's not the same feeling I have, but
Okay.
you can't really start a show with your champ and the next guy in line and kind of split splash in the water. You need to start going in on this storyline because it is not going to be tomorrow. It probably won't be at Forbidden Door. It will probably be after Forbidden Door is when we'll eventually get that match. But your lane, Tony Khan, is long-term storytelling. You need to start hatching that right now.
I thought it was a nice little like subtle start to the show. Like you're getting the
Yeah.
kindling there, and
Yeah.
you're just lighting a little bit of fire there, and the other thing I like is that you're doing multi-layer storytelling in AEW, which
Oh, yeah.
is new for wrestling. Like they don't do that anywhere else. I love this multi-layer. Like you got back burners all going with the same people. I love it because it's unique and it's different.
Tony Khan is
and
making
that's a Halo
Thanksgiving
stuff
dinner
for me.
right now, okay?
Yeah,
He's got everything going.
Lord Ryan Rich, tell us what you think.
Initially, I was not very happy that this is what opened the show, nor that Hangman was the first match. I'll save that for the actual match. As far as the interaction, though, I think it's fine for what it is. I think that you definitely have to watch the entire show to understand what MJF is trying to do or trying to portray, and I know we'll go over that later. But to me, JFB, you're talking about telling the story. To me, this interaction is the start of that story.
Yeah.
To me, what transpires along the show is going to set up what I'm going to talk about later of what I possibly think could happen.
Yeah.
But that story, that long, I don't even know if it's going to be like Wrestle Dream. It could be World's End. It may not even be in this calendar year that we see Hangman and MJF. That could be a Revolution thing, to be quite honest. Because I think that MJF is going to have some things, like you said, to go through in order to get there. But now that he has that contract, and of course, would it be MJF if he didn't try to get the shot for free?
Yeah.
Like, that's who he is. So I like that he took that angle. It's like, hey, why don't you just cojones up and just put the thing on the line? Big Mr. Babyface Hangman, are you afraid that, I like that. Because
And I like that Hangman says you're gonna have to either cash in or earn it.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and that's all good, but it plays into the false machismo that MJF currently has in this moment of the show.
Yeah.
So for that, I'll give it a Halos up.
All right, first match, Hangman. He's taking on Yuta. He brings a chain to the ring, which, fortunately or unfortunately, means it's going to be used at some point. Why? Because he's not brought a chain to the ring ever.
Because he's not the junkyard dog.
So we know it's going to be used.
Just saying.
I'm getting ready to settle in for what I'm hoping is to be a good match. I sneezed when the bell rang and when I opened up my eyes, the match was over. It was a squish match. Hangman Page lariatos himself to a victory, and nobody comes out. Okay, Canada Dry, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like this dominance over Wheeler Yuta. He's your world champion versus the lowest man in the Death Riders. Now, Wheeler Yuta, I think they're still telling a story with him because there was that hesitation with the plastic bag at All In, and I think that no one came out for him is eventually gonna dawn on him. What am I doing? Not in the next coming weeks or maybe in the next coming months, but I think eventually Wheeler Yuta is going to come to his senses.
The only story
But
that
this match for me is a Halos Up.
this match, the only story this match told me was that Wheeler Yuta is proficient in getting his ass kicked. That's it.
He was Death Rider's Colt Cabana. Eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth.
Yeah. What do you think, Lord Ryan Rich?
Okay, so first of all, like I said, I don't like that this was the first match. I thought this should have been your main event. After seeing the match and what happened, I understand why it's not the main event. But honestly, I understand Canada Dry what you're saying, and you're probably right. But I'm going to say this really clear. I don't effing care anymore. How many times are you going to fake it that Yuta's about to leave? Like, I'm tired of that story. You keep pulling... I'm not Charlie Brown, okay? You're not going to keep pulling the football out from under me. All right? That's not going to happen anymore.
Now you mentioned, you kind of look a bit like Charlie Brown.
But listen, let me finish. I can't suspend disbelief then, because you just keep doing that. And then on top of that, this is the guy who went bloody toe-to-toe with Mox, who went bloody toe-to-toe with Danielson. And this just makes him look so weak. I don't mind that it's not a 15-minute match, but Jesus Lord, come on. Like, you made him look like a little bitch. And that's not who his character has been. Like, everyone hates him. He has the most heat. He should be doing the most heelish stuff, raking the eyes, gathering more heat. Like, this should have been 4 minutes more, and it should have all been Wheeler Yuta offense. Our champion wins because he's the champ, and he's the babyface. He goes over. As far as Canada Dry talking about this, I hope they do the exact opposite. I hope that what this was the Death Rider saying, hey, you want to show hesitancy? Cool, then we're not going to be there for you when you need it. This was your penance for what you did it all in.
Oh.
I like to see it from that angle. That's the story I want to see told.
You don't have
the
to,
match
you
itself,
don't
I give a purgatory.
Yeah. You don't have to book Hangman Page as being this strong champion. He's already strong. Look at what he's gone through to get to Mox.
He beat Mox in a Texas Death Match twice.
Yeah. Look
We
what
get it. He's strong.
what he did to get to that point to win the championship. And then you book him in a squash match? Come on. You do better than
I want to
that.
know why you're calling yourself James instead of JFB in your names here. What's the deal?
That's right. Yeah.
Because he didn't want to sully the good
Joe, tell us
JFB
what you
name
think.
with his match. That's why.
Okay. I don't say this often. The segment wasn't about the match.
Oh, not at all.
It's literally just to further the dissolution. And I know Lord Ryan Rich doesn't care. This is the end game of the Death Riders. It's gotta be. Because here in the next couple weeks, we need to see this light bulb moment from Yuta. That he realizes for the last year and a half, he's been nothing but the whipping boy. They don't appreciate him. And then tonight is the icing on the cake, where he's about to get his ass choked out to be lifeless, and Hangman is, look, I'm gonna spare you because ain't nobody coming to save you. You can hear him say that on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice later on in the show, after Briscoe wins, the Death Riders all come out.
Spoilers.
Oh, well, everyone's watched the show. Come on.
All right.
I
We
just
go
think
to
it's
an
lazy.
Athena.
I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't either. It's purgatory for me as well.
BB Joe, would you give it heels up?
Yeah, Halo's up. Just because, like I said, I cared more about the story than the wrestling match for this, which isn't very often that I say
Well,
that.
the thing is this match is just a story point for later in the show, to be honest with you. That's all it really is. So it's a nothing match. So you open up your show with your world champion in a nothing match.
But see, I mean, yeah, I don't mind seeing the babyface champion at that, being dominant for once in AEW, because usually your babyface champions are always fighting from the bottom. So and he should be dominating Yuta. Plain and simple. The way he's positioned in that group.
I'm a wrestling fan with a memory, and I remember what Yuta's done.
I do too.
And that kind of stuff, it's just me personally. It annoys me because I feel like you're insulting my intelligence.
And I get that. But you can also look at everything he's done since going toe-to-toe with Danielson and Mox, and he hasn't progressed. Story-wise,
Well, story-wise, no, he hasn't progressed because that's what he's playing the part he's supposed to play. But even still, I'm just saying, I just don't like it.
All right,
let's move on to the next segment or match, JP.
We got Athena. She's cutting a promo with Billy Starks. It was a good promo. Anybody else want to add anything?
The Shark Week hat was nice.
Yeah.
From Athena, I enjoyed that. The checklist was funny, I thought. So I thought it was a fun segment.
My wife watched a little bit of this before she had to go up and do homework, and she's like, "Who the fuck is Tonti?" Like laughing at how Athena says Tony, because Athena's like Tonti, making the accent and everything. She's like, "Why is she saying it like that?"
Go to our second match. It's FTR. They're taking on Jet Speed. Apparently, there's a tag team tournament. I did not realize this was happening.
It started tonight. This is the first match.
Yeah. And they didn't like. This is my question. Why not promote this? Why wait? Why wait until the show?
I agree.
I don't understand that.
I agree for quite a few matches. I mean, he did do an interview saying his thoughts. I don't buy it one bit personally, but it's the way he promotes his show, you know.
No, but I think like this needed to be promoted. We have a tag team tournament that's gonna they should
try to bring viewers in, letting them know something is happening.
I think what part of it is I'm almost willing to bet this was supposed to be FTR versus the Guns, and Colton is injured, so they wasn't know if he would be cleared to wrestle. So that's probably why they didn't announce anything.
But you don't have to say who's in the match. You just have to say there's a tag team tournament.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, because they haven't released the other participants of the
yeah.
It's all still a mystery.
Because they don't know. Because
I do agree with Cannon Dry on that. Like, you could have said something like, "Hey, we're having the tournament. Who the heck is in there?" But we're having.
Especially with us doing our AFW league, like.
Yeah, like what?
It's kind of cool because we're doing one as well.
All I'm going to say is this. You know what? This is called backpedaling. This is what happens when you paint yourself in the corner and you don't know what to do. All right, FTR. Jet Speed. FTR wins. They win dirty. Shivani gets in the ring. So you know Cope is eventually going to show up. Cope shows up. And instead of going after FTR, because apparently for some reason, if he touches them, he gets fired. I don't remember.
That was announced on Collision.
Anyways, Cope says, "I got a solution." He brings out the Hurt Syndicate. What? That's right. The Hurt Syndicate shows up.
They're businessmen, baby. and their
They
business
take out
is to
FTR. Well,
hurt
we'll get
people.
to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we definitely got to split that up into two different things.
Yeah. We got FTR going toe to toe with the Hurt Syndicate. Cope comes into the ring, looks bewildered for some reason. Spears the security guard who takes the bullet for Stokely. Stokely doesn't need crutches. He's doing a horrible job showing off that he does not need crutches.
Crutches for a spear seems dumb.
Yeah. Cannon Dry, you go first.
Okay, let me just say first, like I really enjoyed this.
Are we just going to talk about the match first and then the shenanigans?
Let's talk about the whole thing. Let's talk about the match,
okay,
and
cool.
let's talk about afterwards.
All right, thank you.
So, I really loved this match. I think like they're really making Jet Speed a legit tag team
Yeah.
that can threaten for the belts. So like, and it was a good tag team match, and FTR plays such good heels. Like I love the part when they did the double sharpshooters, and Cash is outside the ring doing the Bret Hart. And I loved it, but I really enjoyed the cheating to win, and Adam Copeland. Afterwards, they're talking about Adam Copeland. Do you guys know they're changing him back more to Adam Copeland than Cope? They're going to be focusing on. That's why they said Adam Copeland like 10 times there. But yeah, I like this business move.
Yeah.
Adam Copeland works with Hurt Syndicate, and they beat the crap out of FTR. And this is interesting. When does
I agree.
When does Adam Copeland and Christian get back together? Because we'll see how this plays out. Because I'm really interested when this happens.
The Christian Cope will happen when Tony Khan eventually realizes that no one cares about Nick Wayne versus Christian.
Well, this is Christian wants to do this. Christian is the one who wants to build up Nick Wayne, which is commendable, and it's fine. But Edge and Christian are getting back together probably right around Forbidden Door. Give them a couple weeks to build to All Out in Canada.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. What are we talking about again?
Lord Rodriguez.
Everybody go?
Yeah, Canada Dry. Was that a Halos up for you?
That was a Halos way up for me.
Okay. So the match itself, like, bonkers. Like, great tag team wrestling. And the ending, I love so much because it makes me feel like I'm watching some, like, Mid-South wrestling from the 80s, dude. Just straight up old school heel, getting the win. Like, to me, it's still just, I love it when they do that. I love it when they do that. And I thought with the story FTR's telling right now, they had to go over here. Like,
yeah.
As Canada Dry saying, they're making Jet Speed a legitimate tag team, but are they? Because they got bounced in the first round of the title tournament. They got Tony Khan made a conscious decision to book them against FTR. So I don't know how solid this tag team's going to be. I feel like they've had their time in the sun, and pretty soon they may still be friends or whatever, but they're going to start doing singles things. Just my opinion. But the match was just fantastic. The stereo sharpshooters, one in the ring, one on the outside, was so cool. And then seeing Cash is outside, and he's like, I just perfect heel stuff. Perfect heel stuff.
That's kiss.
And then you get the shenanigans afterwards where Cope comes out and he's like, I forgot. I'm not allowed to be within a certain amount of feet with you. My bad. But you know what? I found some people that are. And I want to do business with them. And their business is to hurt people. And everyone loses their friggin' mind. Because it's amazing. The only gripe that I have with it is that Bobby Lashley and Bobby Shelton did not get to destroy them more. Because I feel like Cope should have gotten more for his money in terms of
Did you call him Bobby Shelton?
He sure did.
Oh, my bad. Shelton Benjamin, my bad.
The Sheltons.
The Sheltons. Um, but it was fun. It was fun all the way around. I didn't expect Cope to do that, but for him to do it, A, is very funny to me, and second, makes all the sense in the world for what the Hurt Syndicate is supposed to be. They're businessmen. It's all about the cheddar, and that feeds into the story that our night started off with MJF, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But the flow of that, love it. Halo's up.
Yep. All right. Joe.
Yeah, love this match. Like, and I'm so glad that this match got time because that first match was so short. It was literally like 8:07, and the first segment was there. I was like, well, damn, that's quick. And then this went through like 2 commercial breaks. It got time to develop. Like, both teams got to show their stuff. I love that Jet Speed is wearing matching gear. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I agree with
Both
you.
wearing
Lord,
their colors.
yeah, I agree with you, Lord Ryan Rich. I do think they might be done. But this is one of those rare instances where you don't really need to split them up. You don't need to turn one heel. Just be like, hey, I want to go do my thing for a bit. You go do your thing. Maybe we'll come back together at a later time.
That being said, Kevin Knight could easily be a heel.
No, not right now. He can't. He's so over.
Not right now, but
Maybe later. But look, they have enough heels on this roster. They don't have enough baby faces.
Honestly, if he turns heel, I feel like he's just another Leo Rush or Private Party winner heel.
I think he would get lost in the shuffle as a heel. But and then afterwards, like when they announced this that they were doing this tournament, my first thought was like, FTR is going to win this tournament and go on to face the Hurt Syndicate at Forbidden Door, and that's how we get to FTR versus Edge and Christian for the titles at All Out. But after this pro segment, I don't know. Because they like these guys put hands on each other a lot in this. And that's usually a sign of, at least with Tony Khan, he usually goes against the grain when it comes to stuff like this. I wouldn't be surprised if FTR loses this and it's just an all-out grudge match between FTR and Cope and Christian.
yeah, you don't necessarily need the titles for
They
that.
don't need the titles, you're right. But then again, other than FTR, I don't know who's in line to take these tag titles off of the Hurt Syndicate. They've dominated this tag division. I don't know who else could do it. So
I don't think
This is
anyone
the Halo's
should.
up for you,
I
Halo's
think they
down.
should
What's
get,
oh, absolutely.
because
Halo's
if you
up.
take the tag titles away from the Hurt Syndicate, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to go for singles titles? Or, like,
They
to
could.
me, I mean, they most certainly could, but right now, they're just. I feel like it's just immediate pops. It's immediate viewership to have them together. So I would say let them just run for like I don't know how long they've been champions, but they need at least a year run.
They've
At
been
least-
champions.
I think the moment that they
6 months.
they lose those tag belts, they're not going to be tag team wrestlers anymore.
I mean, that could be.
I agree. All right. Nick Wayne cuts a promo. Who wants to talk about it?
Uncaged.
I
Is
want
that
to quickly
the
just
name of their
say
group?
something on it. Like I like it because you see that they're going to be in the tag tournament,
Who?
which is cool.
That's what I
because-
got from it.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
took it. They're going to
That
be in
Kip,
the
that
tag
Kip,
tournament on
and,
Saturday.
and Nick are going to be
Oh.
entering in that tournament.
Okay.
So
But going back to what Canada Dry talked about, the multi-layer storytelling. Like if you're talking about Hurt Syndicate, you're talking about FTR, you're talking about Christian and Copeland, and you're talking about Uncaged or whatever they're called. Like, man, you got a lot of fingers and a lot of pots going right now. Like honestly, story-wise, like it could go anywhere because you have so many threads connecting right now. I feel like I'm watching the MCU.
yeah.
Go to a commercial break. I don't know about you, but I watch HBO Max,
So do I.
and Darby Allin's going to be diving with sharks. I'm just going to put this out there. Darby Allin's not going to die from a horrible accident,
Oh,
ski jumping off of Mount Everest, and or like riding 3 sharks like the fawns in Happy Days and jump over humans. It's not going to happen.
You know,
Probably
you
gonna
know,
be a
if he could survive sex sent me to the ER, he can survive anything.
you know,
He's gonna
you
die
know
by
what
a
Darby's
cold.
going to die from?
What?
Boredom.
Yeah.
That's good. That could.
I was gonna say a banana peel because
Go to
I mean
Moxley.
he's done all this other thing. It's got to be something so pedestrian that takes him out.
I mean, you can't even say like a bus because he got hit by a bus in New York City.
Yes,
Already
that's already
happened.
on his checklist.
Already happened.
Let's go to Moxley. He's in the back. He cuts a Moxley promo. Who wants to talk about it?
Yeah.
Eh.
I will.
Okay, go
'Cause
ahead.
guess what? Like everyone's talking about death of the Death Riders. I don't see John giving up anytime soon. I mean, we have a setup for later on this evening.
We do.
And that was cool, but I just don't know. I don't know if John's ready to let this character go yet.
Nah, there's not enough cameramen. He hasn't hurt yet, so.
I still think there's a little bit of juice left in the squeeze with the Death Riders, but I don't think there's much left, honestly. I think this should all just culminate at a blood and guts, and that should be the end of the Death Riders.
All right. Let's go to Ospreay. Ospreay comes in with Shivani. That guy's got a stack of dimes for a neck because
Yeah, he does.
C2 and C6 bulge in his neck. Oh boy's not going to be around for a while. Get used to it. You may not see him until All In.
You mean Forbidden Door?
No.
No, he said he's gonna be at Forbidden Door.
I don't care what he says.
Well, all out is before Forbidden Door, right?
No,
No.
it's Forbidden Door, then it's All Out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was shocked. I thought they were gonna say I'm not gonna be around for a few months or whatever, but he's like, I'm gonna be at.
He didn't
I
say
feel
he's
like
going
this
to
is a little
wrestle
bit
at
of-
Forbidden Door.
Yeah, he said he's gonna be there.
I feel like it's a little bit of a wrestling exaggeration to make the injury more. I feel like this is a Seth Rollins issue where they're making it a little more exaggerated.
He just said he's going to be at Forbidden Door. It's in England.
Once again, JP, he could be lying about his injury for the story.
He said he wanted to do his best to be able to perform at Forbidden Door. So, like, he made it clear he wants to perform at Forbidden Door. And that's when he would be back, cleared, ready to wrestle, in his opinion and the opinions of the doctors that he's talked to. So
Okay.
that's just what the man said. So I don't know. Now, as far as, if he's kayfabing us about not telling the AEW doctors and all that, blah, 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 I could see that being a complete work and all that jazz. And I to me, I think it plays more to the story that he was willing to sacrifice his own body, his own career to make sure that the title got back out of the hands of the Death Riders. Like, that's all that mattered. So I appreciate how they're telling the story from that angle, but to a certain extent, I think this is just a big work.
Okay.
And do you give this a Halos Up or what? Halos Up? The interesting thing about this for me is they're really pushing this friendship of Swerve and Ospreay.
Because Swerve
Can
Can
I
I
say
say really
that-
like-
Can I say that I got goosebumps when Swerve was hyping the crowd for Ospreay instead of trying to Who's House or whatever else? Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it again right now. Just the first time I saw Ospreay was in Chicago, right before
He's gonna-
Forbidden Door.
Swerve is
And-
going to turn on Ospreay.
I mean, that's
Hey,
probably going to
stop
happen.
stealing my bit here.
I mean,
I
that's
was
probably
going
gonna-
there.
I'm just saying it gave me
No.
goosebumps to hear the crowd give Ospreay's flowers and to see Swerve be in that leadership role position in order to lift up his fellow brother and wrestler. I think that was more of a human moment than it was a story moment.
I think that they've been pushing, like Swerve and Ospreay have been real life friends for a long time.
Yeah.
But this is also a story. Uh, they are they won one match. They tied one match. Swerve's got one on him. They tied one, and they got another match coming eventually.
You know when the third match is? Next year's finals of the Owen Hart tournament. That's the next time they face each other in a ring.
Maybe.
Yeah, because they're going back to Wembley for All In, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right.
And that could build some resentment if
That's probably
Swerve
honestly, that's probably when you see the heel turn is sometime around Wembley next year. Because honestly,
they're
right
definitely
now,
telling a story with this friendship.
And it's a long-term story, obviously.
There's no reason to turn Swerve heel right now. They
No.
won.
Not even a little bit.
They won. They beat the Bucks. There's nothing there to. There's no catalyst for this heel turn other than, a heel turn for the sake of a heel turn, which we've had enough of that in wrestling over the last 25 years.
James, tell us what you think.
I thought it was all right. I mean, it served a purpose. It kind of explains why Ospreay may miss time, why he won't be on the television. They brought out Swerve. It is what it is.
Like honestly, like I wasn't expecting to see Ospreay like at all until like maybe the Wednesday before Forbidden Door, because you know what? All Ospreay has to do is walk out and come face to face with whoever he's wrestling at Forbidden Door, and that's good enough because it's Ospreay and whoever he has a history with, be it Tanahashi or whoever. I don't know who he's wrestling.
Yeah.
So
Well, he said he's coming after the Death Riders when he comes back. So you might get an actual AEW match on Forbidden Door with someone like Claudio or Yuta or something like that to ease
you
his
know
way
what?
back in.
It could be Gabe Kidd. He's part of the Death
very
Riders.
well. Very
Gabe
good.
Kidd's
Yeah.
hurt.
If you want to bring the Forbidden Door,
I know
Gabe
he's
Kidd's an
hurt. I was
excellent
saying he could be. I don't know how long because Gabe
Sure.
Kidd hasn't. He's only withdrawing out of G1 matches one at a time. It's not like they've written him off. So maybe
No,
they're hopeful. It's just
it's
a
a
show.
Guys, I
pretty
want to
good.
talk about something really quickly. You had MJF on Busted Open Radio talking about a match with Bill Goldberg.
Ugh.
I don't know why he was doing this.
Because someone asked him a question.
I don't know.
He was literally. I saw it. The guys on Busted Radio literally asked him about how Goldberg in his last match and talking about how he wants. I forget the exact thing.
Yeah, he's like, if he wants to be retired, I'll retire him. That's fine. No big deal.
There were talks of Bill Goldberg coming to AEW before he signed with WWE.
That would not surprise me in the least.
It's not.
Tony
Tony
Khan
Khan
is
likes
a
WCW.
WCW
I
mark.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But that
Not
said,
even a little bit.
I think, and I've Sean Ross Sapp has convinced me of this, that I think Goldberg saw what AEW did with Sting, and he's like, I want that. I don't want to see a year of Goldberg in AEW. I don't want to see him in AEW, period. He has no spot here. He has no
I don't
reason.
either, but and I worry about the AEW wrestlers' health if they're in the ring with Goldberg.
The only reason why I want Bill Goldberg in AEW is one thing. So Bret Hart can come out and hit him in the head with a chair.
I don't even want to see that. I just don't care. I'm so just.
I just think it would be funny.
I have no respect for any wrestling promotion that brings in Bill Goldberg. None. I have zero. If Tony Khan
I hope
wants
this
to
is.
get-
Yeah.
if
I hope
Tony
this is all
Khan
about
wants
nothing.
to do it for ratings, he's lost me as a fan. I won't watch the product. You're better than that. You're way better than that. All right. We get a Sisters of Sin video package. Apparently they are a thing now. It is Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. Renee
Sometimes
interviews
poison
Willow.
is the cure.
Yeah. We get a Willow interview with Renee. Do you really want to talk about it? Nah. All
She
right.
basically just called out Tekla. That's all she did.
There you go.
I was kind of hoping she would call out Mercedes.
We get
The thing I
Renee.
do want to talk about really quickly is, does this mean that and I think this makes sense. Julia should no longer be part of the Hounds of Hell. She doesn't fit there no more.
I don't think the Hounds of Hell are even a thing. Brody
No.
King
No,
is an over face now. Like, the man gets
Yeah.
cheered.
yeah,
whatever he does.
because of Buddy Matthews' injury.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really do it. So I don't think Julia needs to be part of that no more.
She's
I
really
don't
not
think she
presented
is.
as part of it anymore either. So
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Renee. She's in the back with the Hurt Syndicate.
ooh, I like this segment.
She asked him to make sense of what happened. MVP says, hey, we're business people. The price was right. In storms MJF, asking them why they didn't have his back when he went and confronted Hangman Page.
And he was mad about Adam Copeland being buddy with them.
Yeah. And then Bobby Lashley grabs him, pins him up against the locker, and says, I never wanted you in this. Yeah, I never wanted you in this
No.
group.
He's like, we ain't your lackeys.
Yeah.
And he gave him a thumbs
And then
down.
they walk off. Yeah.
So I'm
Can't enjoy
curious
your
to
fun.
see what happens out of this. Is this the beginning of the end? I want to see more segments because this is another one of those multi-layered things with MJF.
I think they answer your question when later in the show.
I don't think that's the end. I think this is the beginning of the end. I think they're just because it feels like that's too
Well, we'll talk
too
about
much
it
of
when
a
we get
cut
to
and
that
dry
segment.
ending of his business dealings with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lord Rich? This is a hails up for me, by the way.
Canada Dry. Business is a cold business, brother. I think this absolutely was the end of MJF in the Hurt Syndicate. I love it. He comes in, he's like, oh, we're all buddy with Cope now. He goes, it took me months to get in here. Now all of a sudden he's just cool. Dude, he paid them. They're not cool with him. They did a job. You're confusing your stuff. And then all of a sudden, Bobby Lashley reminds him, all I've heard about lately is I. He's like, we're not your lackeys. We're not your little backup group in order to get you your title. We're businessmen and we hurt people. And he said,
Yes, and he gave him the thumbs down.
and he gave him the thumbs down. And then
But-
he was like, Shelton. Shelton shook his head. He goes, Montel. Montel looked down and walked away. I'm telling you right now, we're getting a dynasty.
We
It's
are
finally happening.
but we're gonna get some more segments with.
We don't
the
need
Hurt
more
Syndicate.
segments. We don't need more segments. We don't
I need 2 more thumbs down.
I don't. Nope. I don't need it at all. I
do.
don't need it at all. Because
Joe.
Lashley was the last one to say yes. And if he's already saying no and they're walking away agreeing with him, that means they co-signed to what he says. The story is telling me MJF is no longer a part of the Hurt Syndicate. And so now he's going to have to find someone to have his back on his journey to get his Triple B back. And I think that's where we get the dynasty.
Joe.
Halo's up.
And speaking of more, I think we are going to get more segments, just mainly because I just want to see the final nails of like MJF like groveling and begging,
Yeah, that's
Tight.
what I want to see.
like a different kind of character. But at the same time, you see him in the background working on bringing in his boys as a plan B. It
Yeah,
serves
but-
2 stories at once. But I think my absolute favorite thing of this, you see MJF yapping at the jaws, and just MVP just walks over and just takes the belt from Bobby. And I'm like, oh shit, it got real. You just see Bobby explode. Like, that was the best part of this whole thing for me, because you could
And
just
he
see,
initiated that. He initiated that.
like, because
That's
you could
what tells
just
me
see,
he's done.
you could just see, like, I'm trying, for a lack of a word, like MVP's body language just dies. Like the disappointment that he has in MJF because he can't get past the me and get with the we.
You can't do that to MJF. He is your number one contender, and you're going to make him grovel?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
That doesn't work. This has to
No.
be a cold
Dude,
business deal.
It's
You
MJF.
just
The man
took
is
your
tested.
number one heel and you neutered him
Yeah.
on live TV.
It is
You might as well
MJF.
put him in
But
a
that's the
firing
thing.
squad and shoot him.
He's got to be able to talk his way out of anything. It doesn't matter. He's too coward to go confront them on his own because he knows he's going to get his ass beat. There's nothing more for this story to tell. It does not serve the purpose. At this point, MJF needs to solely focus on what he has to do in order to get him to the mountaintop. And if they said they're done, fine. I'm done too. Let's keep it moving.
But they didn't. They all didn't. It was just Bobby who said Bobby says, I want you out. He didn't say
That's
you
true.
are out. That is totally different in wording. If he had said you're gone, then I'd be in 100% agreement with you, Lord Ryan Rich. But he
get that.
literally said, I don't want you here anymore. Not that
I get
you
that, but to me, that could just be a mess up on the wrestler's part.
And later
Right.
on, MJF mentions Bobby, not the rest of them.
Yep.
Well, we will find
Alright.
out.
He said, "I
Let's
don't
move
need
on to
Bob."
the next segment. Let's move
Okay,
along.
yeah,
All right,
let's
let's
go.
go. Match 3, Timeless Tony Storm versus Billy Starks in an Eliminator match. Ken and John, you go first.
I thought this was a really good match. Tony Storm, Billy Starks. Tony Starks? Huh? He mixed the two together. Yeah, I really enjoy Billy. I think she's the future of this business. The female Nick Wayne. I love Billy.
Very similar stories.
I love she gets it at such a young age. Like she just gets it. Like imagine her at like 27. How good she's gonna be.
I
You
can
don't
just
even
tell
need to
you
go
right
that
now
far.
that Billy Starks has done a lot of independent wrestling work around where I live, and it's all fantastic.
Yeah.
And that was when she was like 16, 17.
But this ending where Athena comes in, hits her with the contract. She's about to come in, and Alex Windsor makes the save after she's about to sign the contract. Love this. This is a big old halos up for me. Tell him, Lord Ryan Rich.
There is nothing bad about this match at all. It was fun. Billy Starks got to show off. Athena in the balcony, like, I thought that was a cool touch. If I would have known the venue more, then I probably would have picked differently in our prediction league. But I thought it was cool to have her up there, seated up, and I liked the storytelling aspect where Billy was constantly looking up to get Athena's approval. Like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? I thought that at the end when she threw Aubrey out, that was actually going to cause tension between Athena and Billy. She's like, why are you knocking out the referee when I want to sign this right now? Like, so I didn't quite understand that, but they kind of brought it back. But all in all, I thought it was great. Halos up.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, this is another fantastic match. Like, it's just stupid how young Billy is and how good she is. She's what, 20, 21? Something like that. Like, it's ridiculous.
20 years old.
And on top of that, you could, like, the camera work, the production work that AEW does is awesome. There's this one shot on the show. Billy is holding the AEW women's title in her hand, and you just see Athena up in the balcony. You don't know if Athena is looking down in pride or is she angry. It could play off of everything that's happened in ROH. You can basically rerun the whole ROH story between these two on the main roster, because I guarantee you not many people have seen it because it's behind a paywall on a streaming service.
Yep.
So,
All right.
hopefully,
Hills down.
just get these two off of ROH and bring them into the women's main roster.
Yep.
Hills up, hills down. What?
Oh, Halo's up.
All right, match 4, Swerve
Before we
versus...
go, I just want to tell something. He showed his dog, and it just reminded me of something that happened to me yesterday and today. So at lunchtime at my work, I go to this vintage store because I sometimes I see some vintage jerseys and stuff like that. And there's this cute girl that works there. So uh, we've kind of become friends, and she has this little Chihuahua. And in my neighborhood where I work, I've become like the dog whisperer. Like dogs are following me for blocks trying to get treats from me. And yesterday I pat this Chihuahua. He likes me at first, and then he starts growling at me. I'm like, what? This dog doesn't like me. What the? So I go there today with some treats, and he happily takes the treats. I got a milk bone. I got some dog beef jerky, and I give him the beef jerky. He eats it happily, and then starts growling at me again. And then I give him the. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to give him more treats. And he happily eating the milk bone. And I go to pat him. He tries to bite me.
You know why Canada Dry? It's because he's a Chihuahua. They're ankle biters and they're evil dogs. Okay, and I know.
Hey,
I don't
I've
understand.
had
Like all these other
Chihuahuas.
dogs, these big dogs are loving on me.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
dude.
That dog you just
Chihuahuas
saw?
are called ankle biters for a reason. They
That
chase
dog
off
you just
the-
saw is half Chihuahua and half Sheltie, and she's the sweetest dog that exists on this planet.
That's because it's not a purebred Chihuahua.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit.
So you're saying this dog that it's like a Hitler dog.
No, that's just how they act. They have their. I fully believe like purebred Chihuahuas are just predisposed to be assholes.
No, I think they suffer from constant fear and anxiety, so they just are constantly in fight or flight. And they're like, I'll attack you.
That was
Yeah,
then
it's
you-
sending me mixed signals too. One minute
and
it's
then you
wagging his
give
tail
them-
looking at me, and
And
then the
then you
next
give
it's
them some
growling at me.
Taco Bell, and they're fine.
I gave it the
Yo
Taco
quiero
Bell
Taco
equivalent.
Bell.
All right, let's move
What
on
are
to
your
the
thoughts on
fourth.
what are your thoughts on Chihuahuas, JFB?
Huh?
What are your thoughts
I
on
don't like
Chihuahuas?
them. I don't like them. I don't like small dogs. I like the bigger the dog, the better. All right,
Okay.
match 4, Swerve versus Hechicero. I'm just gonna put this out in the universe. I want Don Callis to introduce every single person of his family that goes to the ring. It is the greatest thing in the world. Not only do you get him on commentary, but you get him on the introduction as well. How awesome is that? Eh, I I missed the latter part. My internet went out. When it came back on, I finally watched. Okada eventually shows up. Then you get into a scuffle, and Okada is left walking out with busted lip. Swerve sitting on a chair, just me mugging his ass.
Can
Dry,
I
your
go,
thoughts on the fourth match?
can I go first on
yeah.
this?
All right, go. You go.
No. I'm the Swerve guy. I'll tell you what. You can go right after me.
Okay.
I'll make the tag team. All right, so I absolutely adore this this way that Don Callis did this, and the way AEW is presenting Hechicero. They're presenting him as a star, and the fact that they had this great match and they didn't let Swerve get the win is huge for Hechicero. Like I thought, like that was kind of rough on Hechicero to get the loss here. So I still think Swerve's winning, but the shenanigans afterwards with the Don Callis family. I loved it. I love this whole match. I love this segment. This is a Halos Up for me. But I love what they're doing with Okada and Swerve. The way the slow build for this, just a little bit more, cranking up the volume. To me, that's chef's kiss. Mwah. And I'm going to make the tag to Eve B. Joe.
I hated this. I hated the ending of this match. Ruined it. I hate. There was no reason Why Swerve had to win by DQ here? 0. I love Hechicero. He could have ate the fucking pin to Swerve. That man, like, there's nothing wrong with losing to Swerve right now. There is 55 people in the damn Don Callis family. Just have Swerve start running through these guys to get to Okada. That should be the story. There's no
I think that's a business decision for CMLL to build up that star.
He has an AEW contract though. It's not just the CMLL.
No, but you still got to
thing.
treat the CMLL guy good because he's still part of that.
Hechicera's been treated pretty good. He's been winning a lot. It's not like it's killing Hechicero to say, guess what? You got to lose the Swerve tonight. Sorry, bud.
So does this give it a whole halos down for the whole thing, even though Okada afterwards and everything?
No, I just hated how afterwards. Like, I'm looking forward to the day that freaking Swerve kicks Okada's head off with a house call and a steel chair. They tease that now. Now it's got to happen, and I can't wait.
Oh yes, good call. So does this give it a purgatory for the whole thing?
Yeah, it's a purgatory just because I hate the ending of the match.
All right, go to Ryan Rich.
I just feel like this match doesn't make sense. I don't think the match was bad itself, but I just feel like DQ wins anymore in today's wrestling is just cheap. I'm glad that Tony Khan doesn't use it often. I guess I.
When was the last time they actually had a DQ? Like, that's why I was okay with this.
Either way, it's just not my cup of tea personally. I don't mind the respect that they're paying Hechicero. Like, Excalibur made this whole point when he's coming that he betrayed the entirety of Mexico to join Don Callis in order to further himself. So to me, the storyline is fine. Like, you want to protect that a little bit. Like, he's one of their biggest stars and he betrayed his whole country. Like, that story needs to play out a little bit too. So I'm okay with them coming in to help him. But honestly, I think it would have been cool if Hechicero would have went over. Just cause, whether it be hook or by crook, like, you don't think Swerve can eat a pin here and there? Especially if it's building to the story to get to Okada?
I think because he's getting Okada, he can't really be losing to his faction.
So, but to me, that makes him want Okada more because Okada's the one who cost him the match.
I think they could do it either way, but
you could, and I'm just saying personally, I think I would like it better that way. Like, I'm excited. I am excited to get Swerve and Okada for the Unified Championship. Absolutely, that's going to be great. I just differ with Tony on how we get there, I guess, concerning Hechicero, because you're right, Canada Dry. He is a CMLL guy, and you have this partnership, and you're going into Forbidden Door, so you want to protect that a little bit. So that's why even letting them get the win, like, when do they ever get a win on AEW programming? Like, it feels like the actual people from CMLL never do. And so I think if you want to build up mystique to your pay-per-view, if you want to build up, like, Hechicero's going against Bandito for the ROH World title. It would have been good for him to get a pin.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why they didn't have Swerve pin him, because they're kind of protecting the two guys here.
Look, here's the thing. If you don't want Swerve to take a pin, and you don't want Hechicero to take a pin, don't put them in a match together.
Go against that Swerve, beat someone else.
Yeah.
Like Trent Beretta.
Anyone.
Right.
Like I said, there's 50 people in the Don Callis family.
You're right, but they're focusing the guy who's from CMLL when you're less than a month away from your...
Yeah, you want to build.
What?
You want to build.
Give
they're in a tough
give
spot
Hechicero another match where he can go out and dominate and win.
I don't disagree with that.
Is this a halos down or halos up from you, Lord Rodriguez?
I'm just saying, I don't think Swerve's too big to take a pin. To help business, is all I'm saying. Like, you could have gave him the crooked finish, so that way it protects him. He didn't lose.
I don't care as much because we didn't predict this match. So
No, I get, but to me, that's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't predict this match, but to me, it's the story part of it. And, like, I like to think of myself as an above-average thinker. Like, I need to be challenged by the stuff I'm watching. And to me, like, a lot of the show, like I said earlier, it just feels like you're insulting my intelligence.
So what do you give this? Heels up, heels down? What?
I'm gonna give it a halos up. It just I don't like the way they played it out. I think they could have done it better. Whether
You
it's a
know who I
different
want to know?
whether
I
it's
want to
a
know what
different
JB thinks.
person than Swerve or whatever else, I think they could have handled both sides better.
JB, from what you saw, you lost connection. What did you think? Did you get heels up, heels down?
Hails down. It was stupid. I don't like DQ losses. I don't like DQs. To
Yeah.
me, that's lazy booking.
That's what I'm saying.
That's I don't know who's going to win, and I toss the coin, but the coin lands on the edge.
All right.
It doesn't.
What is that movie that has that, where he flips a coin and it stands on its edge, so he just puts a glass over it until it falls?
It's been used as a plot device for decades.
I think
Now
it
I wanna
happened
know a
once
movie.
in
What- name one
Batman
of
the
the
animated
movies.
series with Two-Face.
What was the movie?
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
it was in the Batman the animated series.
I can't remember what movie it was.
It was in Batman. It was in How I Met Your Mother. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. So, all right, let's go to AR Fox. I don't want to spend a lot of time because we're like at an hour and 16 minutes. AR Fox and Ricochet recap leads to a Ricochet and GOA. It was a good promo. I really like the Gates of Agony with Ricochet. I think
And
it's a
changing
good
their
match.
name to GOA.
Yeah, GOA. I love it. Keep with it. If you
Yeah, that's
continue
a-
to
that's a
tell the
hills up
story
for
on
me.
Dynamite, I'm gonna watch it on Collision because I'd rather not watch Collision because I don't think Collision is that good. But if you put that, if you put that in the universe and then they wrestle on Collision, I'm all for it. And most likely we'll probably see a Gates of or a GOA versus whoever for the tag tournament.
Yeah,
So,
I think they're going to be in there.
all right. MJF comes out and cuts. Well, he's getting ready to start cutting a promo, and then Mark Briscoe interjects. And MJF cut probably one of the most vicious and greatest heel promos in his lifetime. He took a guy like Mark Briscoe and did not speak a lie about where Mark Briscoe stands in AEW. You're not a top guy. Most people don't even pick you to win. This is perfect. You bring MJF back to who the core of MJF is. A shit bird, a prick, an asshole. You have to hate him. And you elevate Mark Briscoe. Because if you're going to waste the TNT title on Dustin Rhodes, then you better shine Mark frickin' Briscoe. Because while Dustin Rhodes is playing Gold Dust, Mark Briscoe is cracking his back and breaking his head open and Ring of Honor for people paying $15 a ticket for the good seats.
Yep.
This was brilliant because you establish MJF as now a legitimate heel contender, which you can build up, and you are building Mark Briscoe for what may go down as his greatest singles run of his entire career. And this man was a Ring of Honor world champion. Canada Dry, you go first.
Yeah, I love what Mark Briscoe and MJF did here. Again, Briscoe drops the "I'm going to keep it short like your kosher pickle."
Yeah.
A great line, gets the fans all popping. But MJF, he starts it out with "I don't need Bob, I don't need Bobby," and teases either the breakup or the end of the Hurt Syndicate with him in it. Um, but yeah, this whole thing is great for Mark Briscoe. This
Yeah,
is this is absolutely great for his career. I
yeah,
think it was up to me.
yeah.
What
And the
about Rich?
reason why me and the
Oh,
reason why
sorry.
me and Rich have said that this is the end. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. They may tie it up in a couple of weeks, but there's not going to be any more segments. MJF cut this promo as if he is not a part of the Hurt Locker or the Hurt business or the Hurt Syndicate.
You gave three.
Third
One
time's
and
a
three.
charm, baby.
Go ahead and
Dynamite
put them.
out the dark.
Hurt
But
Locker's a good movie though.
yeah, but you're establishing MJF as the guy who is going to cause Hangman Page a lot of
Oh,
pain.
is Stalzy talking about the glass No Country for Old Men? That's where the coin is on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thanks, Stalzy.
yeah, Lord Ryan Rich.
I thought that it was interesting because in the beginning of this promo, MJF made the only slip up I've ever seen.
Yes, good point.
Because he said he was talking about championship and he almost just said champion and he put chip on at the very end. And you
Yeah.
could tell people in the crowd were like, ho, 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 ho. I was surprised there wasn't a you effed up like chant
Yeah.
right after that, to be honest with you.
MJF
But-
gets a little grace because he's so good.
No. But what he does is he brings it all the way back. I think that he knew what was going to be before him. And I think on a personal level, as good as MJF is, I think he had a little bit of anxiety about this promo, about this confrontation with Briscoe when he comes out. Because no matter who you are, it's rough to disparage someone's dead relative
Yeah.
on a human level. And we all believe that MJF is the biggest piece of shit that's around, right? And that's what we need to believe. And I agree with JFB. Like, he says, I don't need Bob. I don't need Bob. Well, MJF, do you honestly think that you're going to split up Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and MVP? You think that you're the guy that's going to do that when they have years of friendship? To me, this is clean cut and dry. It is a surgery. They used a laser precision. It's done. And this promo solidifies that. And then you get Briscoe coming out. And oh my gosh, the way MJF breaks him down. And JFB, you're 1,000,000% right. He never said one false thing. Not ever like, dude, they love you. You're entertaining. You're fun. You're from the South. You got a funny accent. You got no teeth. Like, you're a fun dude. We all get it. And then he goes on this tirade to just lift up Briscoe. In that moment, just like everyone loves Briscoe, don't they? Everyone loves Mark Briscoe, and the whole crowd flips the freak out, dude. MJF is the best promo on not only uplifting himself, but uplifting everyone else around him. And that is why he's a generational talent. It's because he knows it's not just about him. He can't get there without the babyface. A heel can never get there without the babyface. And then to bring up the fact that, once again, like, people don't respect you, but they respect your brother. And then all of a sudden, Mark runs down because he's taking the bait. He feels that emotional, and MJF slides out just as smooth as silk, gets up to the top of the ramp, and you can hear Mark Briscoe in the background saying, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. If you don't talk about passion and intensity, you don't know what wrestling is. This is the definition of passion.
I want to know what that fan
It's
said
a Halo's
to MJF.
up.
I want to know what that fan said to MJF for him to come back out and point at him.
Exactly.
I
I'm
guarantee you.
Oh, I'm what?
Probably something.
I guarantee you it was a slur.
I was like, probably something that got him banned from that building as long as
Probably. He probably called him
Hey,
like
Joe,
a
I
very,
have a
very
question
bad
for
Jewish
you.
slur. But
Joe, I
dude,
have
it
a
was
question for you. Joe, have you seen Superman yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, damn, I was going to
I
make
haven't
that
had
part
the
of the flower
chance.
shop.
I've
You
been
know,
busy.
hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, Canada Dry, I'm going to watch Fantastic Four tomorrow night.
So
And I
am I.
wanted to tell you on this podcast, we need to get the Effing Comic podcast back up for an episode to talk about Superman and to talk about Fantastic Four. Because
Well, I haven't
what a
seen the
delight that.
Fantastic Four, so
Well, I mean, obviously, no one's seen it yet. I'm saying soon.
yeah.
All right, Joe, what are your thoughts on this promo?
Yeah, I like. It is so good to have the old MJF back. Like, just the bastard that he is. But my favorite thing about this is, and he's done this before. I love that he's not disparaging the dead because he's never had a problem going there before, like with uh, Brian Pillman Jr. talking about his dad and his like. I'm just not big on disparaging the dead. I don't like it. It feels really icky, like real life ick to me. Because I've always been told you don't talk ill of the dead. That's not cool. They're not here to defend themselves. But to sit here, you're uplifting Jay, and at the same time kicking Mark down, and that's what this should be about. And you can tell, like the rumors came out that MJF has wanted to do this program for a while, and you can see it because he's really got his teeth synced into. Like we have like MJF Prime back, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
Yep.
And I just want to say too, you're turning Christian Cage face, right? You're going to turn a baby face. You
Yes.
need someone who's going to say the shit that no one else is going to say.
Yeah,
You
and that's
have to have that
MJF.
heel on your right, and that's MJF, and that's what he's proven tonight. And so to go to EVP Joe, my teddy bear, I agree 100%. He has to be prime MJF now because he is the guy. Once again,
All right, we'll go to our final match. It's Mark Briscoe taking on Claudio. I don't want to spend a huge amount of time because the match itself is kind of inconsequential. Briscoe gets to win. We knew he was going to get to win based off of that promo. There was no way that he was going to walk out with an L. Was Darby Allin in the arena?
Yes,
Yeah,
he was
he was in the
walking
crowd.
around.
Okay. Darby Allin is here. Out comes John Moxley. They beat the crap out of Mark Briscoe, which you would think Darby Allin would do something about it. He never appeared in the ring.
Nope.
Why in the world is Darby Allin at the arena if Darby Allin's not going to be in the ring?
Because it's
Hangman
for next
Page
week.
comes up.
They're building
Hangman
up next
Page.
week instead.
Why wait till next week? He's there. It's not a video on the Tron. He's in the building. Use him.
well,
That's like
for story purposes, yeah, it's like, oh, you're just going to let him get his ass beat for no reason.
I have a friend named John. John is an idiot. All the friends in this friend group that I'm in all agree. The man spent $275,000 to have a Ferrari flown in from Italy. If you've ever driven in Nashville traffic or anywhere else around Nashville, you can't do anything more than maybe 50 miles an hour if you're lucky.
It reminds me of a what is that? Bruce Almighty. That scene in Bruce Almighty where he's like, all this horsepower and nowhere to go.
Exactly. You could have bought a Hyundai, it would have made more sense. And don't get me wrong, Ferrari makes the greatest sports cars in the world. Anyways, you have Darby Allin in the building, use him.
Yeah, I agree.
Heyman comes out, and as I said last week, we are going to get another John Moxley versus Hangman Page. Now, are we going to get it at the next pay-per-view of Forbidden Door? No. We're getting it next week. Everyone is banned from
Free TV.
ringside, with the exception of John Moxley, Hangman Page, and the referee who's fortunate enough to do this. Canada Dry, you go first.
So first off, I want to say the match It was all right, but it's the shenanigans afterwards. I don't think Darby Allen needs to get involved yet. I think he's just. I'm fine with him not getting involved yet because it's the teasing of Darby Allen getting involved. Because I think there's a better story to tell with John Moxley and Darby Allen a little later. Uh, after this one-off TV event of John Moxley and Hangman Page.
The two times that Darby Allen, oh hey, happy birthday!
No, but I spoiler
The two
alert.
times that Darby showed up-
I think maybe Darby Allen maybe gets involved next week, possibly. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this. This the hails up for me. I thought it was good. Also, in the flower shop, what we're going to talk about is your favorite childhood movie theater experience. Now, we're talking childhood, anywhere in teenage years too. Tell us about your movie. What was it? Tell us about the sticky floors. Tell about the popcorn. Yeah, so Lord Red Rich, go ahead.
I think that Canada Dry is underselling this match. I hate Claudio Castagnoli. Pepperoni nipples himself. Can't stand the guy. But god dang, did they tell a story in that ring. Like the chops back and forth. Like you actually saw Claudio like act like a human being instead of a robot. Like something can actually hurt him. And they like Excalibur and the commentary team did a good job of saying, hell, Mark Briscoe's very heavy-handed and blah, blah, blah. But the match itself was really good. My only gripe is this is the same ending that they had from the Continental Classic 2 years ago. That's how he beat Claudio, was a roll-up win. So I think that's lazy. Do it something else. That's the only problem I have with the match itself is how the pin happened. Because it's just a repeat. We've seen that before. Give us something different. The shenanigans afterwards. The Death Riders come out, and they are mauling Mark Briscoe. Darby Allin was just there 10 minutes ago. It makes no sense storyline-wise why he would not try to come out and help this man when he just tried to help him win the goddamn match. It makes no sense. It's dumb. It's dumb. And on top of that,
Yeah, you shouldn't even show Darby Allin to begin with.
Let me finish. Let me cook Canada Dry. And on top of that, you've had how many commercials about this man hosting something next week or tomorrow on Discovery? You need to show him as much as you possibly can. That's called advertising. There's wrestling and then there's business. Okay, that's bad business. You need for story believability. So what did he do? Between the middle of the match and he leave? He just leave the stadium? He just leave the venue? That makes no effing sense whatsoever. It's dumb. As far as Hangman coming out, I freaking loved it. I loved it. And he's like, you know what? I'm the champ, so you're going to do this on my terms. And then John's just smiling or whatever. He goes, I'm not even going to ask you if you accept because I already know you do. I'll see you next week, you little bitch. And that got me hyped, dude. We're getting
that was cowboy shit. That was what it was,
or whatever. But we're getting Mox Hangman like 4 on free TV next week. On free TV. If you're not happy with that, go watch another program. I ain't got nothing for you. I give it all a Halos up.
Joe.
Yeah. I like the match. I don't think it was a great match. It was a good match. This shouldn't have been the main event. Even with all the aftermatch shenanigans, you should have had the women main event because it would have sold Collision perfectly. That's just me though.
And we didn't even talk about Alex Windsor coming in to save Toni Storm.
Which doesn't make any sense. I don't know why.
Well, it's because she's taking on Athena on Collision for the
I know that. But if you beat Athena for the ROH title and she's the AEW Women's Champion, you can say, hey, I want that title too. But, yes. But anyway, I was shocked at the end of Collision when they said we are getting Hangman and Mox
Not
next week.
collision.
But it makes all the sense in the world because this is what is needed to complete this arc, this current arc of the Hangman. It is showing that he has gotten all of his machismo and everything back. He's like, I run this company now. I'm the man. I carry this belt. We're fighting next week. You ain't chickening out. I know your answer is yes. But we're doing this because I need it, because I need to prove you wrong that I can get back up and do this again and again.
I
It
think
was
the
great.
best thing about it is when he's like, I'm not giving this shot to John Moxley right now. I'm giving this shot to John Moxley, who carried this company for months,
Yeah.
and that's the John Moxley I want to see. So for me, that's what really pushed it over the edge. Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. Like, just the storytelling aspect. It is a completion for Hangman. It's not that he doesn't need to prove it to anyone else, but he's like, I'm going to squash it for good. And that's what I liked about it. It's like, and when he said, you know what? When you said that I didn't want a Texas death match, you were lying. But you know I'm telling the truth about the other stuff. Like, to me, that was all goosebumps.
Yeah.
All right. That's how AEW ends their show. We're not done yet. We're going to the flower shop. Favorite
Yeah.
match.
Hey,
Favorite
hey.
segment. Favorite match, favorite segment, number of bells, and your favorite movie experience when you were growing up. This is all brought to you by ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your Adrian Adonis gear. Kendra, you go first.
So my match of the night, I'm gonna give it to Hechicero and Swerve. Even though it was inconclusive ending, I love the build for him and Okada. Um, my favorite segment is the end with Hangman Adam Page and John Moxley, and just the balls that Hangman comes in, just ignoring everyone. There's a new sheriff in town. His name's Hangman Adam Page. My favorite childhood movie experience was seeing Transformers the movie. Me and my friend, we walked. I think we walked an hour to get the movie theater, just because we were too excited to sit on a bus to get there. Um, and yeah, the sticky floors, everything. We just remember being in that dark theater. It was the best. And I'm giving this show 4.25. I really enjoyed it. So many the segments were really good with everything. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
All right. Lord Ryan Rich.
Favorite match of the night has got to be FTR versus Jet Speed. With a really close honorable mention for the main event. Like, I hate Claudio, but I love that match. Like, I think, like I said, I think it's being underplayed. But the match itself was really, really good, and it told a good story. My favorite segment is MJF and Briscoe, because we're getting MJF back. We're getting the scumbag, our scumbag. So I give that. I think the show was good. It was definitely better than the Go Home show, because that's the last time that I was on, unfortunately. And I just wanted to say once again, thank you guys so much for dedicating the show last week to my mother. That meant everything to me. I wasn't on because I was dealing with the stress and the strife of losing my mother 20 years ago, and it was just something that I didn't feel like I could be on camera for. But as always, my brothers lift me up.
Yeah.
And I just want to say I thank you, and I love you guys so much for that. Flower shop moment. I have two. One is the summer of 1996. Two movies were released that summer that tore the world down. Independence Day and Twister. And there was a day where my family, we were not well off. We were very, very poor. But there was one day on a vacation where we and the family that we always spend vacation with went to the theater and watched both movies in the same day.
All
And
right.
that is one of the best movie experiences I've ever felt. The second one that I have to give mention to is at the very end of the original Avengers, the post-credit scene where Thanos turns around for the first time. No one around me,
You were not
all
a
of my
child for
nerd,
that. Do not
all of
tell me
my
you were a
nerd
child
friends,
for that.
all of my nerd friends knew nothing of what was going on. As soon as he turned around, I said, "It's Mother Thanos."
You were
Those are my
not a
two.
child for that. Do not lie to me.
All right, Joe.
Miss Warren, what was your star rating or bell rating?
4.1.
Four
All
by
right.
one, Bob.
I mean, not to sound like a copy, but like my favorite matches, Jet Speed and FTR, and my favorite segment was MJF and Mark Briscoe. 'Cause, like I said, we're getting MJF Prime back, and that just gives me the shivers. Um, I'm giving this a 4. I thought it was a great show. I have every show I have my gripes about, but like for the second Dynamite after All In, like I have no complaints for it. And then my so sort of like going rich. I was poor as a kid, so I really don't remember going to a movie until I was like I started working at McDonald's and being able to go myself. And
In
first movie,
1996, I was 15, by the way.
so um, honestly, like one of the first movies in 1999. I was 14 years old, 14, 15, just with my now wife, my girlfriend at the time. We went and saw Blue Streak in the movie theaters,
Oh.
and I just remember the main character screaming with all of his chest, El Tango El Gato en los Pantalones. And she's like, "You just said you have a cat in your pants." And they just walked off.
I'm a federale.
Yeah.
Hey, Raleigh.
I'm a federale. Los
Yeah.
tengo los gatos en los pantalones. I think he just said he has a big
Alright.
cat in his pants. Luke Wilson, best line ever, dude.
Yep.
I'm gonna start with my favorite movie moment. It's 1986. It's the summer. I go on my very first date by myself. It wasn't a group. It was just me and this girl, and we went to go see Breakfast Club.
Oh, nice.
And I remember, like about halfway through, I kind of reached around to see if I could like put my arm around her, and she went like this.
Oh, ouch.
I learned about no and rejection at an early age, my friends. How come I can live and breathe in a film world? My favorite match was Jet Speed and FTR. It was just a good match. It was just a really good match. My favorite segment, MJF and Mark Briscoe. I love MJF. I think he is one of the greatest heels of all time. And he's got a lot of years left in his tank. Because he doesn't wrestle that much.
He has so much
I'm gonna
tread
give
on the
this show-
tires, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm going to give this show a 3.
Oh.
This show was stupid. I was insulted by my intelligence. I was insulted as a fan of professional wrestling. Here's the reason why. I don't care about Hangman Page versus John Moxley. The story was ended when he hung John Moxley over the ropes with a chain. That's the end of the story. At this point, I don't care what you do with the Death Riders. They're not involved with the main story. Here's the problem. You don't have a contender for Hangman Page. This is your oh shit moment. Oh shit, we don't have anybody to go against Hangman Page. They pulled the trigger with MJF, but it's going to have to be a long pull.
I will say, that's the worst. This time of year is the worst for AEW, which is Forbidden Door, because it just puts a halt to all storytelling.
You're right. You have Darby Allin. Every time Darby Allin has appeared, he has gone to war against John Moxley. You have, and here's the thing: you insulted a great Chicago crowd because here's Darby Allin,
smart
and they got
wrestling
all
crowd.
excited.
A
And when
smart
Darby
wrestling
didn't
crowd.
do, yeah, and when Darby didn't do anything, that crowd sat on their hands. You were just told that your show and your booking sucks. It is not good right now. I said it on the All In post show. I question whether or not Tony Khan is capable of booking consistently. Scott D'Amore is a phone call away.
I don't think Scott D'Amore is. Scott D'Amore wants to run his own company, not be a booker for someone.
That's great, but he's not. Maple Leaf Wrestling is a seasonal event. It will happen once every 3 or 4 months, which is fine. But in the meantime, you have an extremely smart person that can help you right a ship that's kind of just staring off the cliff. I don't want to see Moxley anymore. I had to deal with Moxley for 8 months. And there was way more bad than there was good. You had crap in the middle with 2 good ways of starting and ending the story. And Darby Allin is in the arena and you're not using him. Is ridiculous. Horrible decision. So I'm going to give it a 3.
Jeppy, did someone piss in your cornflakes this morning?
No. But
AEW booking did.
here's the thing. You have the WWE. They're a sports entertainment company that has wrestling matches. But their intent and purpose is to entertain you through segments and shenanigans and movies and TV and blah, 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 blah. That's WWE. That's the expectation when you watch a WWE show. When you do get good wrestling storylines, like the Bloodline storyline, it pays off. AEW is not a sports entertainment company. You are a wrestling promotion that entertains with some shenanigans here and there.
All right, EVP Joe, what is our combined score?
3.84.
There you go. All right.
We're running long here, guys.
There we go.
I know, I gotta go to work in the
Sunday?
morning.
Yeah, Sunday we're going to do the power rankings. Pray for us, because I think we're going to need it. But that's it. All right. All the links are down below. Click on your keyboard. Go ahead. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/FNWrestling. Get all your wrestling gear. Woo! On behalf of Canada Dry Lord Ryan Rich and EVP Joe, I am the JFB.
Raise your fist in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.